Hello and welcome to lesson 3 Basics of Embedded C. Embedded means whatever program that we will be writing in Arduino software, that program will be embedded, means loaded, stored, burnt into the Arduino microcontroller. So that is called embedded programming. So we have to see the basics of embedded C. I am your instructor Dattaraj Vidyasagar and we shall now start with lesson 3. Now, while watching this video lecture, note down important points on paper. On these slides, I have actually marked those important points in red color. So, I will insist you to note down those important terminologies because they will be helpful for our further study. Now let us move to this first point in this lesson. What is language? Means we are talking about programming language. A language is a set of rules. Any language you can see is always a set of rules. It has got some particular rules, and in those rules, within those rules, we have to use that language. In the computer and in robotics and in Arduino and all these microcontroller programming, there are two types of languages. The first one is called high level language and the other is low level language. Now listen very carefully here. In our general term, what we consider that high level language means that language which is very difficult. But on the contrary, it is actually opposite. Here, high level language means that language which is easy for us and very difficult for the system, the computer, the machine, the robotic system, the microcontrollers and all those. So high level language is simple for us and the low level language is simple for the system, computer, machine, microcontroller, like that. So remember, I repeat again, high level language is that language which is simple for us and low level language is that language which is simple for the system. We shall move to further that high level language is understood by users, means us in particular, very easily. It has the syntax just like in English language. Syntax is a new term, you have to note it down. It simply means, in a general sense, it means grammar of that language. So, high level language has a very simple syntax and we can use it very effectively and very easily. For example, languages like C, C++, Java and all these type of languages are called high level languages because these are easy to understand by human being, by us. Now low level language is understood by the system or computers or machine or any such digital system. It is made up of 0 and 1 binary digits. There are two types of binary digits. Bi stands for 2. So there are only 2 digits in binary number system, that is 0 and 1. And you might be knowing that every computer system or any digital system always uses binary digits to understand whatever going on inside that system. Low level language is very difficult and sometimes it is impossible to understand by human being. Now we turn to next point. What is compiler? Compiler is a computer program. See, it is marked as red point, so note it down. Compiler is a computer program that translates high level language into low level language. That is called machine code. So our high level language program, which we can understand easily but very difficult for the machine to understand, then we shall use a compiler so that that program written in our high level language, easy language, will be translated, will be converted, will be compiled into the low level language, that is machine code, which is easily understandable by the system, by the computer, by the microcontroller and all that. Translation. This translation is important because computer and our Arduino board understands low level language easily. So every time we write a program in high level language, Arduino software will compile it into a low level language. Now what is program? A computer program is a set of instructions to perform a specific task. Note this point down. It is important. Set of instructions is called program. Arduino programs are written in special C language, that is called Arduino language itself. Now in that there is one very important point. Focus on this point. There are two main functions in Arduino: void setup with two brackets and void loop with two brackets. Now function is that part of the program in which we do particular action. The functioning goes on inside it. So the simple meaning of this function is like this. Now the first function we have to see, which is extremely important in Arduino programming, that is called void setup with two brackets. See here, void setup is written completely in lowercase. V should be small, S should be small, every letter in that should be small, means in lowercase. You must not write this in uppercase or like that. The void setup function is used to set up some important actions at the beginning of the program. So whenever we are writing some program at the very beginning, after writing some important lines that we shall see later on in this lesson, you have to write important actions that you have to perform during the execution of the program. Then comes the void loop function. The void loop function is used to repeat an action or number of actions in the program endlessly. Note down this point, it is important. Void loop gives you the ability to repeat a single action or number of actions in that program endlessly ad infinitum, up to infinity. So until the power supply of the Arduino board is connected, then those actions which are written inside this void loop, they will go on repeating continuously. That is, a loop will be produced, hence the name loop. Then we have to see some important functions that are used in Arduino programming. Note down these functions as we go on. Now we have to see one important function, some important function here. Delay with two brackets. It is a very important function. We use it a lot of times in our program. Delay with two brackets, and in that bracket we write a particular integer value that we shall see later on. Then the next one is digital write. See how digital write is written here. Digital is small in lowercase, W is in uppercase, and RITE is again in lowercase with two brackets. Digital write means if you have to write something, if you have to send particular signal at the output of a particular pin in Arduino, then we use this function. Then the digital read function. See, R is capital only here. Digital read function is used to read the value coming up from outside the Arduino environment. So digital write sends the signal from the Arduino pin outside the Arduino board, and digital read is the function which reads the value coming up from outside the Arduino board. Analog read. Now, as you know, digital and analog, these are two different things. Digital signals are only of two types, that is binary 0 or binary 1. But analog signal is a continuously varying signal. So if you want to read some analog signal, then we use this particular function. Then, as usual, we know void setup, which is also a very important function in Arduino, and then the void loop. So these are the important functions which we have to further use in our actual Arduino programs. Now we come to a very important point, that is data type. First, what is data? Data means simply the information. Right now, whatever I am teaching you, you can consider this as data. So data means simply information. So information has different types. A data type means the type of data. Some common data types used in our Arduino programming are integers, floating point numbers like say 2.34, 2.58, 5.873. These are floating point numbers, and characters A, B, C, D, something like that. These characters. So there are different data types. If I write suppose 3 in my program, then 3 is the integer. So the data type of 3 will be integer data type. If I write in my program say 17.84, then it is a floating point number. So naturally its data type will be floating point number. It has got some particular keywords that we shall use later on. Then character, if I write some name or some variable in my program, in that case it will be considered as a character data type. So there are different types of data types used in Arduino. We shall see some examples of data types. INT is the short form of integer. So if you write INT, then that data type will be integer data type. Float means floating point number. If you want to write some floating point number, say 84.13, then we have to use the data type as float. Then there are different others, short, long, and so many others. But right now, so far as the depth of this workshop is concerned, we shall restrict only to INT, and possibly in some cases we shall go for float also. So INT, float, short, long, and many others are the different data types. For example, INT is used to fix the type of data as integer, and so on. What is variable? A variable in C is an identifier whose value changes during program execution. When we execute the program, the value of that variable, which is identifier, may change. It is also called as memory variable. When I write a variable in program, listen carefully. When I write a variable in program, then a space is created in the memory of the Arduino microcontroller or in a system where you are using that variable. So when I write a variable in program, then a space is created in memory and the name of variable is assigned as the label to that space in that memory. Okay, so this point is important. Let us see how to proceed with this. For example, suppose I write INT I equal to 3. Now understand what is the structure of this entire code, int I is equal to 3. Then int is the integer data type. So by writing int, I am telling the system, I am telling the Arduino board that the value which is there in this line, 3 is the value, is an integer value. Then I is the variable. Whatever variable you can take, whatever value you can take, but I have taken a very small single integer, a single letter here, character here. You can take A, B, C, D, or say Vidyasagar or Academy or whatever you like. That doesn't make any difference. And then 3 is the integer value. And see, at the last there is one semicolon. So this semicolon shows the end of the code line. So in that way, we come to know here that the code line which is written has this type of meaning here. Now, rules of using variables. A variable name must start with an alphabet. That is a must. For example, sensor, motor, light, LED, etc. can be the variables. You can write your own name also. If I write Vidyasagar, then Vidyasagar is a variable in the program, of course. If you write sensor 1, sensor 2, then these are valid variables. Remember this point. Sensor 1, I wrote sensor and then 1, sensor, then 2, then these are valid variables. But if you write 1 sensor, 2 sensor, then it's wrong. So it indicates that you must not start the name of the variable with a numerical value. Always start with a character, and then in those characters you can insert the numerical values as you like. A variable name can be up to 10 characters long. So you must not just go on writing a very long variable name. That is not allowed. 10 characters long is the limit here. In some modern updates available for Arduino and different programming, this restriction has been removed now. But so far as our course is concerned, we shall use the variable names up to 10 characters only. So, for example, if I write Vidyasagar, then thank God, in Vidyasagar there are 10 characters. Vidyasagar, exactly 10 characters. So I can use it. Okay. Now the other rule of using variable is A to Z, means capital, that is uppercase A to Z, or lowercase A to Z alphabets and 0 to 9 digits can be used in variables, and a special character that is called underscore, which is there on your computer keyboard below the dash character. So if you press shift and then press the dash button, an underscore will be typed. So if you want to write, say, sensor underscore 1, then it looks better, because that underscore just simulates the presence of a space over there. But we are not allowed to write spaces in our variables, so we can use this special character underscore. For example, I can write sensor as a variable. See, I have written sensor in uppercase and sensor as another variable. See, the second sensor term I have used in lowercase. So this is another variable, because the language used in our Arduino, it is case sensitive language. So these two will have different variable entities or identities. Remember, these two variables will have two different spaces in memory of the microcontroller. It means that Arduino programming language is a case sensitive language. Uppercase and lowercase are different things. Blank spaces are not allowed in a variable name. For example, sensor1 is valid variable. See, sensor1, how I have written here. There is no space in between. So sensor1 is a valid variable, but sensor space 1, I have shown that space with a gray box over there here. So sensor space 1 is invalid. Now we have to understand some important keywords that we shall be using in our Arduino programming. These are some important keywords in Arduino programming which we will use in the different programs. So let us see for it. The for keyword. See, for is a keyword. In our routine English language we use for in different terms, but here for is a keyword. The for keyword is used when we want to execute a particular action x times. Suppose 3 times or 4 times or 12 times or 15 times, 100 times, 1000 times, whatever. So for that purpose we use this for keyword. For example, let us see an example of using the for keyword. Suppose I want to repeat a particular action, say x times or 4 times, then we shall see the example of this. I have to write this code in Arduino software programming window. We shall understand about each line of this code later on, but right now we have to see how the for keyword is used. First I have written int space a, means I have created a space in the memory of the Arduino microcontroller and given it a label as a, and the value, the data type of that a will be integer. So I have written int space a and I have written semicolon. So it means that particular code line ended over there. Now press enter and come down and write for, then bracket a is equal to 0 semicolon, a is less than 4 semicolon, a plus plus, bracket complete. So what does it indicate? I am giving instruction to the Arduino board that let the value of a is 0 for the beginning and consider the rule as a is less than 4 and a plus plus. So a plus plus means simply increase the value of a at every action by 1. So let us see, and below that I have opened a curly brace over here and I have written some action, some particular action is suppose there, and then the semicolon, and then I have closed the curly brace here. So with this simple code, what we can see here now, when a is equal to 0, so when the for loop, this for loop will start, first of all the value of a will be 0. So when value of a is 0, now a, the value of a is being counted from 0. So when a is equal to 0, the action means that some action written over there. When a is equal to 0, the action starts for the first time. When a is equal to 1, the action starts for the second time. Now remember here one thing, that when a is equal to 0, the action starts for first time, and in this case what I am doing, I am instructing the Arduino that first make a is equal to 0 and then compare that the current value of a is less than 4. Now the current value of a is 0, which is less than 4, so the action will be performed. When a is equal to 1, the action will be again repeated, So before that, it will compare that the current value of A is again less than 4. So the action will be repeated. When A is equal to 2, the action will be repeated for the third time because still the value of A is less than 4. When A is equal to 3, the action will be again repeated for the fourth time because again 3 is less than 4. Now comes the final value. Now after A is equal to 3, now A will become 4. Now in that case, when A is equal to 4, the condition A is less than 4 is false and the for loop will break, means the counting will stop. So in that way, you can repeat a particular action using the for loop just by using this simple code. Okay. So whenever we will actually use this code in our practical experiments, you will really enjoy doing and performing with it. Now we have to see the logic of if. If is a conditional keyword used in our Arduino programming. In many programs, we will have to use logical conditions. For example, if this is true, then do this. If this is true, then do this. If this is false, then do that. In our general life also, we come across many such conditional environment. Suppose if I have 1000 rupees in my pocket, then I will buy this. If I have less than 1000 rupees in my pocket, then I will buy that. So this if conditioning is very important here. So let us see about it. For example, we shall see an example of if logical condition. See, here I have written a very simple code. I am instructing Arduino that if A is equal to 0, means suppose I have already taken a variable A and I have written int space A, means I am assigning the variable A with the int data type, and after that suppose I write if in bracket A is equal to 0, then the opening curly brace over here, and then action 1, means I am telling the Arduino that if A is equal to 0, then do this action. Then curly brace is closed, else action 2. Means if A is equal to 0, the Arduino will perform action 1. Else means if A is not equal to 0, then Arduino will perform action 2. So in that way we can write the if conditional statement. Now we come to the end of this lesson. These important terms and all those topics which we studied will be useful to us in our actual coding and experimenting with Arduino. So I suggest you to learn this lesson very systematically, carefully, and take down the notes which will be useful for our next lessons. So now, before going for the next lesson, I again remind you that if you have the Arduino software installed on your machine, laptop or desktop computer, then it's okay. If not, watch my video lecture 2 and install it as early as possible. So thank you. Visit our website www.vsa.edu.in. Vidyasagar Academy, trusted name in education. Thank you.